Hello, Morocco. We are back with part 2 of life lessons we can learn from OTHMANE, the Kazawi entrepreneur who launched EnglishBooks.ma. If you missed the first 5, you need to watch that video before jumping in here. But let's get to number 6. Stay humble and keep learning.
To get insight from each and every experience, even if it's painful, even if you look at it as a failure, it is not. It is not a failure. It is an experience that will give you momentum, that will give you insight, that will make you stronger. So your step that will come afterwards, I mean, you will be more successful, and you will pray for more failures so that you will be more successful by the meantime. Yeah. This is basically how I look at it.
There's no doubt that OTHMANE's success in entrepreneurship and in life comes from his ability to continuously learn. He stays humble. He always sees room for improvement. Whenever I meet with him, he's got notebooks that are filled with lessons he's learning, ideas he's taking from books, and even in our conversation, if a great idea comes up, he writes it down. Even though he's reached success in many ways, he's always looking to improve and get better. He stays humble and he keeps learning. Number 7, take wise risks. Is there risk involved in starting your own company? Is it risky to become an entrepreneur, to go out on your own? Of course, there's risks involved. But you can minimize these risks by making wise choices. When OTHMANE started brand activation, he had more than a decade of experience in the industry. He had a reputation, he had his network, he had a portfolio, he had expertise. He knew what he was doing. And when he started EnglishBooks.ma, he was able to piggyback off the success of brand activation. He already has an office space, he already has internet, a phone line, a photocopier, and he already has staff that he can redeploy to help with this new business. Plus, he chose an unsaturated market.
The offer for the French and Arabic books is saturated. Yeah. But for the English section, very few. Yeah. And myself, I read a lot in English. 90% of my readings are in English since the US. Right. And basically, I never find books in English in the bookstores here in Morocco, the ones I'm looking for.
Rather than compete with already established bookstores tackling the French and Arabic market, he chose specifically the English market. Is he guaranteed success? No. But he has a strong chance because he's made wise choices and minimized the risks. Now, with risk comes the opportunity for reward, but you want to make sure that your risks are calculated and wise. Number 8, leverage English. OTHMANE learned to speak English here in Casablanca, and by the time he finished his MBA, he was fluent. Now, launching EnglishBooks.ma allows him to leverage this competitive advantage. There's other bookstores selling French and Arabic books that may be more experienced, they may have more resources than his company, but he is better equipped to serve the growing English-speaking market here in Morocco. So he's leveraging English.
Moroccans are interested in English more and more. Yeah. More and more English schools with English curriculum they are opening in Morocco. Yeah. The government also is encouraging all of these schools by giving them incentives to help English schools to invest in Morocco. Yeah. And that's a strategic move because they believe, and I agree with them, it's just like the future is with English.
Yeah. If you're watching this video, that means that you also speak English. So if you're here in Morocco, how can you leverage this into an advantage? How can you find opportunities that English will provide for you? I'm working in team building and coaching for multinationals. And the reason is because they need somebody who's fluent in English. They have diverse workforces. They have people employed that do not speak French. So this provides an opportunity for me. This is an area where I have an advantage and I'm leveraging it. Number 9 is read. I've said many times on this channel that leaders are readers. OTHMANE is an avid reader. He devours books. He claims to have the largest collection of personal development books in Morocco. I told him when I come over to visit, I'm going to bring a sleeping bag and camp out there for a few days.
I invest a lot of money in books, still do.
Yeah.
Because I do believe it's the best investment you can make.
Yeah, I like that you use the word invest.
It is.
Not waste or spend.
It is.
Invest.
It is. It is an investment. It is an investment in your own life, in your personal development.
When he looks at his life, he can see the impact that books have had on him. So you need to develop the habit of reading. Number 10, follow your dreams. If you haven't watched the interview I did with OTHMANE, you can find it right here. He describes how he's had this dream of opening a bookstore since he was a kid. But he was successful with his other company, he was happy in his family life, but his unrealized dream was haunting him. And 2 years ago, he decided to go for it, to take some wise risks and to launch. You know, not everything we dreamed of as a kid is worth pursuing or even possible. I'm never going to be a professional hockey player or an astronaut. But OTHMANE's story is inspiring because it causes us to look at the path we're on and consider whether there's some dreams we've buried or forgotten because we're afraid of taking a risk. You know, when people look back on their lives at the end, they often regret more the things that they didn't try than the ones that they did try that didn't work out. It's often better to try something and to realize that it's a failure or it's not a good fit than it is to do nothing and to always wonder what would have happened if I had pursued this dream. We should learn from that lesson. A huge thank you to OTHMANE and his team at EnglishBooks.ma. I'm really excited to see Moroccan entrepreneurs starting companies, especially in e-commerce. OTHMANE is someone who is paving the way for digital businesses and this next generation of young entrepreneurs that are coming up behind him. OTHMANE, your life is an inspiration to us and there's so much we can learn. These 10 lessons are just the tip of the iceberg. So thank you so much for opening up your life and sharing from your journey. Make sure you check out EnglishBooks.ma, in particular the express delivery section, where any book there is already in stock and can be delivered to your home anywhere in Morocco in 1 to 3 days. That's exciting. Morocco, until next time, get wisdom.